You asked for it. So we're finally making
豉汁鳳爪
chicken feet, the iconic dim sum staple. Making chicken feet is a labor of love, so hopefully this video deepens your appreciation for how much care goes into each little tray next time you get dim sum. My dad will walk you through each step, from blanching, frying, and braising, so you can craft this masterpiece right at home.
首先呢，我哋而家先將啲鳳爪飛過水先，咁啊用係4杯水咁上下啦，4杯水嚟將佢飛水嚇。 俾幾片薑落去，自己片薑落去，3片薑上下啦，少少得噶啦，冇乜所謂啊。葱咧，我又俾嗰條葱落去，捲住嘅，冇俾佢散啦，都冇所謂啦。嗱，擺落去，散咗咪掉咗佢，唔要嘅走生間。做咩咧？蜜糖，冇呢個蜜糖，用麥芽糖都一樣冇所謂嘅。最後個目的就係想佢啲雞腳咧炸嘅時候更加容易上色。用兩個湯匙夠啦，再用一個湯匙嘅酒，啲紹興酒嚟嘅呢個係個湯匙，去腥嚇。
We have all of these ingredients listed on our blog at madewithlao.com, along with step-by-step instructions and video clips to guide you as you make the recipe at home.
呢個時候咧，就將啲雞腳擺落去啦。我哋飛水嘅時候咧，凍水落雞腳嚇，凍水落雞腳咧，就骨入邊嗰啲邋遢嘢咁啲出嚟。如果你係滾水咧，封死咗啲口就出唔到嚟啦。 我哋冚住佢蓋佢，慢火，最大火等佢燒滾之後咧，就收慢佢滾1-2分鐘咁就得噶啦。
First question: How do you pick the best chicken feet?
如果你喺香港啦、香港或者係 China 啦，你可以揀，但係呢度咧美國，你冇呢個機會俾你揀。你望到佢入邊係乾淨嘅，冇嗰啲黃色嘢。 隻隻都好勻，好咁大隻，咁上下大隻嘅，咁揾嗰啲咯。嗱，而家滾啦，滾收慢火嘅，中火啦，咁樣滾佢1分鐘、2分鐘就得噶啦。好啦，而家得噶啦，將啲雞腳一個個流出嚟。
After blanching the chicken feet, we'll prep our aromatics, starting with the peanuts and fermented black beans.
先將啲花生斬洗佢先嗬，斬佢先，斬住佢，將菜洗佢。 我係用一個安士咁上下嘅豆豉咧，個豆豉都係要洗佢。
Soak both your peanuts and beans in cold water, then agitate them to remove any unwanted impurities from them. My dad will do this twice.
洗之後咧，你留起佢過嚟呢度。嗱，如果你切嘢，我用2粒蒜頭，3粒，拍佢，切碎佢，將佢切得幾下得㗎。
Next, starting with the garlic, cut your aromatics into chunks. We'll be braising them later, so there's no need to cut them too finely.
姜咧就切片，切成角得啦。喺埋呢度，呢啲係紅葱頭，我自己做嘅啫嗬，係一個安閃菜啦，唔使切得好細，就咁切到起一角角得噶啦。材料就係咁簡單噶啦。 呢個紅椒就成個得啦，唔使理佢，3粒 ，OK， 咁多。嗱花生咧洗咗後啦，就俾啲熱水浸住佢，咁佢煮燜嘅時候咧，佢就快脆啲腍呵。再洗佢先，再洗佢之後咧，嗱浸過晒就得噶啦，就咁浸住過晒就得噶啦。呢個咧就擺喺隔離啱啱用，呵，睇你佢。 呢個時候咧就夠埋個 sauce 先啊。
For the sauce, we'll add 1 tablespoon of black bean sauce, 2 tablespoons of oyster sauce, 2 tablespoons of light soy sauce, 1 tablespoon of Shaoxing wine, half a tablespoon of dark soy sauce, 2 tablespoons of sugar, 1 teaspoon of salt, 1 tablespoon of hoisin sauce, and 1 teaspoon of chili sauce.
就睇下你要食幾多辣，就俾幾多。呢啲備料整好之後咧，我哋開始剪嗰啲腳趾啦。我哋準備一塊乾嘅廚房紙喺度。 呢啲雞腳咧，最好就飛過水先至剪啲腳趾。生嘅時候剪嘅時候咧，佢會掹啲炸起上嚟，佢會縮上嚟。
Using a knife or any pair of kitchen shears, cut the nail as close to the fingertip as possible on each claw.
索乾水佢嗱，呢個目的就索乾水嘅啫，盡量乾水啊！炸嘅時候咧就好啲啦，唔會有咁多油射出嚟啦。
Take your time to remove as much excess moisture as you can. This will prevent any additional oil splatter when we fry. Cantonese chicken feet, or feng zao, literally translates to phoenix claws, which sounds a lot cooler than chicken feet, so maybe we should start a petition for dim sum restaurants to call these phoenix claws instead. But anyway, records show that Chinese people have been eating chicken feet since at least the 3rd century BC, even showing their devotion to chicken feet by naming it after the auspicious immortal bird. Many other cultures also prepare chicken feet, but in some places, chicken feet can be considered poor people's food or even trash. But as you're seeing now, at least for the Cantonese version, it actually takes a lot of skill and mastery of various cooking methods. And unlike many other Chinese dishes that immigrants have adapted to Western tastes, chicken feet is one that we've painstakingly preserved for our community. While it is a long process, each step gets you closer to that iconic dim sum taste and texture.
好啦，材料乜都準備好晒啦，而家開始炸雞腳，開火先嚇，開到最大火，鑊燒熱啦，爆油，我係用粟米油嚟嘅嗬。係我因為係用12個安士油咁上下啦。你炸完啲油一樣可以嗰度食得翻嘅嚇。燒緊油之前咧，我就準備咧攞啲ice 拖啲凍水，準備喺度浸住佢。啲油個温度咧係燒到350度咁上下啦。嗱，如果你冇呢個咧，你就可以用個筷子試下就知道啦。擺落去之後咧，而家就未夠，再多啲就 OK 啦。多啲泡。呀，仲有啲泡。出上嚟，即係話啲油已經差唔多夠熱㗎啦。嗱，我就係提醒大家，嗱，在炸呢個牙雞腳之前咧，你要留意，你要冚住個蓋佢，用個蓋冚住佢，因為佢有堆油，嗰啲油賺上嚟嘅。而家咧夠油溫啦，我就俾啲雞腳落去。
To emphasize, make sure you're already holding the lid in one hand as you lower in the chicken feet with the other hand, ideally with a spider or strainer ladle.
要冚住佢咯。
As you can see, the chicken feet will splatter a lot of oil when frying. It'd be best to use a lid to contain any excess splatter and also to fry in smaller batches. You'll want to fry the feet for about 2 to 3 minutes. You'll know when they're done when they become golden brown, or you can listen for the oil to become less volatile. Chicken feet in particular splatter a lot. Because it's mostly skin and bone, air and water are easily trapped inside. When they're placed into hot oil to deep fry, all that air and water escape out violently, causing the oil to splatter.
留起佢，嗱，睇陣，嗱，留起之後咧，將佢擺落啲凍水嗰度。
Kat and Stephanie from the Kanto Cooking Club both asked, can you skip the deep frying?
免除呢個炸嘅過程我就未做過，等我試下話得我先話你聽。
或者用氣炸鍋。
或者用氣炸鍋，你校到佢370度，試下。
Hug. After the first batch is done, we'll repeat with the second batch, frying 2 to 3 minutes. Be sure to protect yourself from the oil splatter with a lid or screen. After they're fried, we'll put the chicken feet into the ice water like the first batch.
炸好啦，你浸一陣嗰水，啲皮好似啲虎皮咁，老虎皮咁係嘛？你睇下，炸好咗就係咁啦。啱啱再浸下咧，佢就更加靚啦。我哋而家咧就俾凍水浸佢10零分鐘先，老記。
To reiterate, we soak the chicken feet in cold water because we want the skin to contract and puff up into a ruffle-like texture, which is a crucial element we call fuupei, or literally tiger skin.
而家浸咗水，浸多10幾20分鐘啦，我哋拎出嚟，有啲大隻嘅切開佢2下，咁食嘅時候咪好容易食咧，係嘛？點樣切法啦？嗱，喺度中間嗰度，
To cut the feet, slice your knife into the palm of the foot and use your hand to press down on the knife to cut through the foot. To level up your confidence in cutting all kinds of ingredients, check out our comprehensive masterclass on knife techniques in the Kanto Cooking Club. To get access, check out club.mamothlao.com.
頭先雞腳切好咗，而家開始炒啲香料，炒埋啲配料先至夠咗個汁。而家開火，開大火，加少少油夠啦。頭先隻鑊炸過。 俾好少油夠啦，嗱，先俾薑蒜啊。
First, we'll stir fry the aromatics starting with the ginger and garlic, then the chili and shallots, followed by the star anise and black beans.
8個，唔使俾咁多，少少夠啦，2粒就夠啦。咁咪啲豆豉，留翻幾粒啊，擺面上嗰間，俾個汁上去。 慢慢火， 嗱，將啲雞腳倒埋落嚟，撈勻啲醬料佢。好啦，而家就俾水咯喎，我係俾啲滾水落去啊。凡係燜嘢整嘢咧，我就用滾水㗎嚇。首先咧，俾住一杯水先哦，呢度一杯水。俾嗰啲水咧，要浸過啲雞腳面上。嗱，再俾多一杯，咁就或者差唔多㗎啦。頭先咪浸住啲花生嘅，而家咧就俾落去底下，浸嗰啲花生唔需要水㗎啦。而家倒落嚟花生落嚟底下，喺底下 ，OK， 將啲雞腳滗過嚟。
唔一定要咁做。
唔一定係要咁樣做，你可以任呢個鑊又得。
My dad transfers everything to a pot because the narrower opening will allow it to retain heat better as it braises. With a wok, the wider opening, even covered, will allow the liquid to evaporate faster and more heat to escape, making it less efficient.
將埋啲湯汁倒埋落嚟。咁撳到而家咧就未夠水啦，一定要俾個3杯先係夠水啦。
Add in just enough water to barely cover the chicken feet, and remember to get any extra flavor from the mixing bowl.
頭先裝個梳士嘅，好啦，啱啱浸過個面就 OK 啦。咁而家咧就開大火咯喎，而家就未夠色啦，再加多1個茶匙嘅老抽上去。你可以而家試下佢。呢個味道啱唔啱你？夠唔夠味？
應該有咩味道啊？
鹹、甜、辣。飲茶當點心食嘅呢個就唔會太鹹，帶少少甜味，咁先好食啦。OK 啦，好啦，冚蓋，最大火之後咧，滾咗之後咧，收中火咁慢慢煲，有幾耐咧？40分鐘咁上下啦，我哋而家就擺埋去，慢慢等。
Now we'll let it simmer on low for 40 minutes covered.
鳳爪我哋而家就得啦。嚟咧，我哋咧邊隻碗裝起佢，再蒸一蒸幾分鐘就可以上碟啦。為咗個視頻靚啲咧，個效果好啲，俾少少紅椒搭上個面，少少就夠啦。
As a garnish, we'll chop up some small bits of red bell pepper.
而家咧就俾個碗整起佢，又再蒸一蒸就得啦。嗱，我而家咧俾個碗裝起佢，呢度下邊咧好多花生啊！嗱，花生嘅正啊，擺底下，嗰啲汁上嚟。呢個時候咧，俾佢條紅椒絲上去，嗰粒豆豉喺面上蒸佢，就好似餐館一樣咁啦。而家又擺咗鑊過嚟蒸，會用滾水落去快脆。轉你個底又唔使咁多開大火，冚住蓋10分鐘到。
As my dad mentions, this steaming step is to prepare it like your local dim sum restaurant does. At home, you can skip the steaming step and eat the chicken feet right after braising. Steaming is only needed if you're heating up the chicken feet later as leftovers. So after 10 minutes of steaming, the chicken are nice and hot and ready to serve to my family.
豉汁鳳爪整好咗啦，希望大家中意。紅仔妹妹落嚟吃雞腳咯！
I did it, Mommy!
Good job, Kevin!
Whoa!
You did the whole part!
YouTube thinks you'll like this recipe next. Let's see if they're right. A huge thank you to our wok stars and all of our chefs in the Kanto Cooking Club.